What's up guys, Chris from TourSpecGolf here, and today we are talking high core drivers and how to turn any driver, even your own, into a non-conforming beast. Finding the right driver isn't always easy, and with all the differences in head designs, shafts, and finding your best specs, it can sometimes be overwhelming and expensive. Well, today I'm going to be talking about two things. The first is what high core drivers actually are, and the second, I'm going to go into the face shaving services that TSG Clubworks has to offer to turn your existing driver into a high core monster. Oh, and before I forget, in this video, we are hiding a 25% off coupon code. So once this code is used 15 times in our pro shop, it will be deactivated. Now it's hidden somewhere in this video, which means you will have to watch it from start to finish to find it. Good luck. Our YouTube channel is brand new. Now we're trying our best to reach 1,000 subscribers. So if you like what we bring and you're tired of sporting the same old golf brands everyone else is, please click subscribe and smash that like button to show your support. Now let's get started. I love it when I get to start my day with good news testimonials. Every morning I wake up, I get to read client feedback. And today I got great news from one of our customers in Pakistan. That's right, Pakistan. He says, and I quote, "Dear Chris, hope you're fine. Thanks for sending me the PRGR new Super HIGH 480 driver. The best driver ever and has given me at least 25 to 40 yards more, which I desperately was looking for." 25 to 40 yards. So what goes through your mind when you hear something like this? Are you thinking impossible? Well, it isn't. What creates the best performance for a driver is choosing a head along with the shaft and specs that fit your swing. Now, we all want to find a driver that supports our best strengths while minimizing our swing's problems. And it could be that our customer that gained 40 yards was playing the wrong setup for his swing prior to this new club. But with all the variables in golf and the swing, it's hard to tell. But here is what I do know. That Super HIGH 480 he is talking about is a non-conforming big distance driver. JDM driver fanatics have always known that Super HIGH series to be exactly that. Yet in my experience, high core will rarely give anyone a 25 to 40 yard gain in distance. How much distance depends on a variety of factors. The higher the core, the more significant the distance gain, but so is the risk of breakage when you're dealing with non-conforming drivers. Slower swing speeds can go with higher core numbers. Faster swing speeds, not so much. The slower the swing speeds have the best chances of gaining more distance because that player can use thinner faces. While TourSpecGolf's online store has some pretty wicked high core drivers, just like this PRGR Super HIGH 480, or maybe say the Ryoma Maxima Special Tune, we also offer face shaving to turn a player's existing conforming driver into a non-conforming one. TSG Clubworks offers some of the most precise face shaving services to any driver. I'd like to step back a little to provide a more clear understanding of what high core is. The short answer is any core that exceeds 0.83 is considered high core or non-conforming. And you can't use these in championship play or USGA or R&A sanctioned events. Also, using it for handicap purposes is not okay. That is a big no-no. Let me just add that one of the most common misconceptions about Japanese drivers is that most are non-conforming. Now, that just simply is not true. About 98% of JDM drivers are conforming and legal for play in sanctioned events, with fewer than 2% being non-conforming. And you always got to remember that brands will always clearly state, as will TSG, when a driver is actually high core. Who is high core actually for? Really, it's for anyone who doesn't play competitively and or is looking for a super easy way to add more distance. If you swing over 100 miles per hour, I probably wouldn't suggest high core, as your chance of breakage increases significantly the higher your swing speed. So let's get a little deeper now. If the legal limit is 0.83, it only makes sense that you want to get as close as possible to that number. It's called tolerance, and this leads to most golfers playing low core drivers. That's right. Brands cannot specify an exact core at the factory because they have little control over tolerance. When brands are producing conforming drivers, you may be getting a low core product due to tolerance. Now, for example, brands place an order for a core of say 0.82. Much of that production will arrive over, so 0.83, so in other words, non-conforming. So to hedge against this, brands often order 0.81 to stay below that 0.83 marker. Now, this also means that many players are getting low core drivers because tolerance works both plus or minus. And this is something that nobody talks about. It's amazing. Something similar happens with characteristic time, also known as CT. Now, I'm going to save that for another vlog because I've done a lot of CT testing at factories with countless driver heads, and I see sometimes swings of 20 points from one driver to the next within the same spec and production run. And really, the end result is many players are using drivers well below the core limit and also drivers that vary widely in CT numbers. What is the customer to do? Unfortunately, there isn't much they can do unless they test CT and core, which no one does. Here at TSG Clubworks, we can do any core by request up to 0.93. Now, we can advise the highest core we recommend based on your swing speed, or we can shave the face to a specific core at a customer's request. Yes, it's going to void your warranty. And yes, it may crack if you let your fast swinging buddy take a whack at it. But for those who swing 80 to 85 miles per hour, we have seen phenomenal results moving to, say, a 0.88 core, and sometimes even higher. Now, I'm talking 20, 30 plus yards when you hit this thing on the screws. To go into the process, we are not simply shaving the face. Shaving is simply the most notable term used. The faces are actually machined. This work isn't cheap, it's done in Japan. The factories we sub the work to use a special type of ultrasonic thickness meter, along with a pendulum measuring tool to check the original core and face thickness during the entire process. Then they slowly thin the face, monitoring core very carefully. And finally, after the desired numbers are reached, the grooves are re-lasered back to original. Then the customer can opt for some other options. So they can opt for a silver, black, or even a gold face finish. By the way, all that costs around $550 depending on the face color, and it can be done to almost any driver. But if you want to take it a step further, custom laser engraving designs can be added for an extra $200. That includes design tracing via an AI file, then laser engraving that design itself onto your driver's face. And by the way, to date, the most popular drivers our customers have shaved are the TaylorMade M series, if that means anything to you. Next, I want to talk about other considerations when it comes to high core drivers. So number one, you can get more distance with higher ball speeds. Now, we noticed an average of about 4 to 7 mile per hour increase depending on the player and the core value. Number two, the sweet spot may seem larger when you increase the repulsive force in an expanding larger area. Number three, you can notice reduced backspin. That can help lower trajectory and produce straighter shots, which also supports distance. Number four, this process removes about 5 to 8 grams of weight, so hot melt and foaming helps gain that back. Number five, the sound usually becomes more hollow, so some of our customers foam the heads for a more muted sound at impact. Then finally, number six, your current conforming driver is likely low core thanks to brands hedging for tolerance. Now on to some of the specific services that TSG Clubworks has to offer. So we offer core adjustments based on swing speed or a specific core value by the customer's request. Plus, they add the score line laser engraving back to the original groove pattern on the face, and that's about $550. We can do foaming services which run about $60 to $100, and that really depends on the application. Gel weighting service is not a problem, costs around $30 to $40. Now finally, custom head painting by the same company that does the biggest OEMs tour players clubs in Japan. Now these guys are golf specific, not auto or from another industry. This is also done on quote. Okay, so I hope you found this blog post valuable or at least interesting. I think the tolerance hedging is the most important tidbit to understand. It really helps explain why identical drivers can have different ball speeds and overall distances. Oh yeah, and that coupon code. Are you ready? It's BEAST25. BEAST 25. Once again, BEAST 25, and it will only work 15 times before it is deactivated in our pro shop. So good luck. I'd like to say thank you once again. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and smash that like button. Don't forget to hit that little bell thingy icon so you will be the first to watch these videos and snag one of those hefty coupon codes in future promotions.